Hey Marley Rose Nose fans, it's me, Marley Rose Nose, and today we're talking about Hocus Pocus. And it just so happens that I just videoed this for a couple minutes, and guess what? It still didn't do it. No, it still didn't do it. My gosh, that is disturbing. Also to those YouTube people out there, but I just realized that I didn't do shout-outs before I started talking about it. And shout-outs to Brinkley the Boar, the person, I don't know, I think her name is Alicia. Yeah, her name is Alicia because she gave me a shout out on her YouTube channel. So thank you so much for giving me that shout out. Talia Mitchell, Miss Whaley, and that's about it. So we're gonna start off with Hocus Pocus. Instead of recapping the whole one, I just want to tell y'all, if y'all haven't seen this in like a really long time or never even seen it before, go watch it. And if you haven't been watching it, you are living under a rock. How can you not have seen Hocus Pocus? Just like how you couldn't see Coraline, or you couldn't have seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Couldn't see any of those movies. Okay, so the movie starts out with us watching with this book. There's a book and it says Hocus Pocus on it. And let me just get my notes. And it just so happened that this theory is about the Sanderson sisters. Yep. I'm talking Mary, Winifred, and Sarah. So, but on the book and how they're not dead in the end, they're still alive. I know Winifred, they all turn into like statues of some kind. Well, Winifred turns into a statue, but Mary and Sarah both turn into dust, I think. I don't know. So I just wanted to talk to you about something from Hocus Pocus because I am literally watching this right now, and here's something to prove it to y'all.
Careful. Hey, Buttercup, anybody ever tell you you're very easy on the eyes?
Yep. So, I noticed a picture on there that said to moon. That was very disturbing, people. But we'll talk about that more later. So, I know we aren't going to talk about the whole story, but I want to talk about the story of Thackeray Binks and Emily Binks. So, let's get on into it. So, the story is, Sarah Sanderson has the gift to sing and lead children to their cottage. Okay. So she lured Emily Binks into her cottage because they wanted to see her alive, become young again. Because they old ladies. They old. But they're even older in the movie, so throughout the movie, they're like 300 years old, I think. Which reminds me very much of fairies. But you know, I think we'll talk about fairies later. So, and then, so the Lord and Zachary sends his friend Elijah to go get his father. And, let me think, what am I saying? While Thackeray goes and gets Emily and saves her from the witches. However, when he goes there, they've already made the potion, and they've tried to make Emily drink drink this potion, and then they try to drink it, so she will become dead. She won't have any soul no more. And then they'll become young. And then Thackeray spills the potion like everywhere, and Emily like has all this wind around her. And then this is what the sisters do. They come up to her and do this. And then before you know it, she's moved on, and they have become young. And I think Sarah's the youngest. She looks in her 30s. And they wanted to punish Thackeray by turning him into a black cat and not be able to join his family in death, nor his sister. That was very disturbing. And then they get hanged for their petty crimes because because there's these mob and they accuse them of being witches, and they're like, "Witches? There are no witches here, sir." And they all it's like real people, until Sarah blurts out, "Sucking the lives out of little children!" And they all do this, that's her face. And then Thackeray's father hangs them for their petty crimes, and Winifred Sanderson makes a vow that she will come back someday. But now into the book. There is a 2 moon on it, and not like the number 2, like, you know, the line 2, like you would normally see on a clock, but yeah. So, and then and they're dead. They become ghosts. The Sanderson sisters we see, they're not. They're ghosts. But I want to talk about Sarah some more. The teacher and Sarah. I want to know, are they related or not? Let's search the details. And if I don't look at y'all, I apologize. I look at y'all sometimes, so. Okay, so I'm making a graph. When those circle graphs, I just forgot. Everyone has a family. Teacher. Okay, so let's talk about the teacher. Her personality. So she's old. She loves spooky stuff. And if she's a teacher, then I guess loves to learn. I think all those kind of sound like Sarah, except for the fact that she's not that old until like the beginning. She's old, like I believe in her like 70s or something. So anyway, I think that the Sarah we see is Sarah Sanderson's soul. And I think that the teacher is Sarah Sanderson's corpse. And they aren't really dead. They aren't really dead. They're just defeated before they could save themselves from the light. But they aren't dead, because remember about the two moon, maybe? So I think that means that on the second moon, they will vanish. So that means they are still alive. They cannot die right away. They're still alive. And I want to prove to y'all something as if right now. No. 1 second. I need to find my page. Oh, I found it. Okay, so I think that they're changelings. And if you don't know what a changeling is, you need to watch a random I think it was something like critique. I think it's a random critique. Y'all need to watch it. It is such an amazing show. I love it. I subscribe to it. It's amazing. Anyway, it talks about how the Bell Dam from Coraline, and by the way, if you want me to do a Coraline theory, let me know, because I would love to do a Coraline theory. So, anyway, I think she's a changeling. And if you don't know what a changeling is, it is a fairy that's swapped out with a human child, and either the fairy grows up to know that they're a fairy, or they just think they're humans. And if they grow up to know that they're a fairy, they normally grow up evil. That's creepy. And if you'll think that I have my eyes like over here, you're wrong. I have it on the camera. That looked very creepy. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna turn on Hocus Pocus. But I'm gonna turn the volume down. Okay. Just so we can get some sound in here. Okay. So anyway, and normally if, yeah, that was creepy, what I just looked like. And, I don't know. I think they're changelings, wait a minute, I don't think that Winifred's a changeling. I think that Mary and Sarah are adopted, I think. Yeah, I think they're adopted. So, anyway, I think that they're changelings, because if fairies, like, if anything, like, happens to them, then they immediately just, I think, turn into dust or something. Pure dust. That's why they don't want to be defeated. They don't want to be dust. I heard a door close. I guess it was my mom. I'm not sure. So, before I go, I want to prove to y'all something. That from over the moon, I know it has nothing to do with what I'm doing, but I need to put this out for y'all. So, the woman that the dad is about to marry, the one that she doesn't want her dad to marry, is the same one as the same person as the dang moon goddess. Because if you notice that necklace she's wearing, you know what I mean. And that's about it. See y'all guys next time.